We're with Chef Jeff McInnes of the Southern Style Comfort Food Palace Root and Bone in New York City. And today he's going to show us some tips, tricks, and menu preps for how to make the side dish the star of your next tailgate. People overlook the sides a lot of times. They're so obsessed with the pork, the brisket, the ribs, they forget, like, not only do you need a good side dish, but it can actually be the star of the menu.
Yeah, it's good to have a few tricks and stuff, so we'll go over some of that today. We're gonna do some basic stuff that you might see at a tailgate, some side dishes, but we're gonna tweak them a little bit so they have a little more character to them.
Let's get to it.
First thing we're gonna do is mac and cheese. So the first step to mac and cheese is making your roux, which is a thickening agent. So we're melting down some butter.
Yep.
It should be about equal parts of butter to flour. So you'll see how it comes together here. We're gonna cook this just for a minute. So now we're just gonna go in with milk. Some people try to do skim milk and stuff with mac and cheese. It just doesn't make sense.
My response to anyone who walks into a tailgate and says, "Hey guys, I made a diet mac and cheese." Get out. Get out.
In the meantime, I've already cooked off all my pasta. This noodle has a big hole, a big cavity, so that way it traps a lot of the cheese sauce inside of it. So we're just using my friend cheddar cheese. So I'm gonna add a little more milk because I know how thick it is.
Oh, so you're gonna make it a little looser so that way it's not just like a mac and cheese brick.
Exactly.
By the time Saturday morning rolls around. Hot liquid cheese waterfall for the win.
So we've got the aluminum pan here. I've got two of them, I doubled it up.
What's worse than the guy who carries the single aluminum tray, doesn't realize how hot it is, drops it, boom, side dish gone, looks like you're eating chips.
You get to the game and maybe you want to have a little flair to it, something a little extra. We crumble up these biscuits and we just throw them in the oven. This comes into like this little crunchy biscuit powder.
This is America's side dish. And in just a couple of steps, you've taken it from the old mac and cheese to something that's elevated, but it's easy, layers, texture, and flavor. We got the plate of superstar mac and cheese. Do you maybe have a tailgating side that's easy to carry or will free me up for, you know?
Sure, sure, absolutely. Corn's one of my favorite vegetables, and we're gonna drop this corn into a pot of boiling water. What you're gonna do at home from here is you're just gonna pull it out. And what we're doing is we're just staging this so that way when you get to the tailgate, you don't have a lot to do. We're just gonna be able to kiss this on the grill. It's already gonna be cooked. We're gonna throw this on the grill, and you don't have to be so fancy. You can just dump it right on.
Anytime something gets those good grill markings on it, we always think it's gonna taste better.
It does taste better.
It does.
Yeah. We're gonna make a quick sauce for this corn. So we've got our milk in here, got lots of butter, and this is leftover cornbread.
This is great because you're finding ways to use a lot of the leftovers over the course of the week into sauces to add texture and make sure they're invited to the pregame.
We don't waste anything in the restaurant. You shouldn't do it at home either.
Waste nothing. Everyone's invited to the pregame party. Get in my belly.
And then we're just gonna puree this in the blender real quick.
So you're basically now blending the milk and the butter and the cornbread, yes?
So we've got this wonderful buttery cornbread magic. We're just gonna dump some on the bottom. You know, it kind of sticks to it. You know, the butter always falls to the bottom. You've got this stuff that's actually gonna stick to the corn. I like to call this dish corn to the third power. So this is the popcorn over the top, and what you'll see is you've got this corn that's got all these little popcorn stuck to it.
May I?
Yeah, please.
Please. Come on, it's a tailgate, I don't have to ask, just get into it.
What it's there for.
My heavens. It's like a melted biscuit on corn with crunch. When you're in New York City, make sure you swing by a Root and Bone. Give your belly a nice warm hug. For these amazing recipes, head over to tailgatefan.com. And it's that easy to give your next pregame party a little sweet side action. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, man.